Hello everyone, good evening. Good evening. It is Michelle Litwiller with Owl Star Stampers, and I am so excited to be back with you for the second time today. It is February 7th, 2024, and tonight I have 3 all-new cards to share with you. And they are cards featuring the Hot Air Balloon bundle. This bundle is so cute, and it's what I'm featuring in my winter retreat. So we do 120 retreats. We still have some available, but anyway, a lot of you have the products, so I want to give you lots more ideas to use with it. So we're going to do that tonight. I'm just going to wait a second for people to hop on, and we will get started. So thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for all your thumbs up, your hearts, your comments, all your shares. And if you have not already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel over at Owl Star Stampers. I know we just recently hit 9,000 subscribers, but when we get to 10, I have a couple of free bundles to give away. So I'm very excited to get there. So every week we have a few new people, and so thank you for every time you comment and hit that thumbs up. It always helps. So thank you, thank you. All right. Did any of you see my video earlier this afternoon? Were any of you able to watch this afternoon? Hello. Hi, Tara. Hi, Sharon. Karen is in Florida. Susan shared and liked. Thank you so much. So this afternoon, I don't have the other, it's over there, but we did this card this afternoon. So we have a week of Sale-A-Bration going on. Me and Denise Cox she's with Bird's Nest Design in Canada. And tomorrow is our last day of our week of Sale-A-Bration. And so I hope you'll join me again tomorrow at noon, and then Denise at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We both have ordering specials going on, so you can order from Denise in Canada and me in the United States. So anyway, today I showed you how to make this adorable, it's not adorable, it's very pretty actually, very pretty card. The day before we made this card, and the day before that we made this card. And tonight I have 3 totally new cards just to do a lot of fun creating with you. So here's the host code if you do want to do any ordering. The week of Sale-A-Bration you have through Sunday to get your orders in. So Angelique said, I love the cards you made earlier. Yesterday I also went live and I went over the winter retreat. So the winter retreat, well, I do retreats 4 times a year. They are my favorite. The retreats and stamp camps are truly some of my favorite because I can theme things around them, and that's really fun for me. So I showed all of the projects and stuff, so you can check that out. You're going to get to make a box of note cards. You're going to get to make a cute little wooden shadow box, like home decor piece. There's lots of different beautiful cards. Again, it's featuring the hot air balloons in the retreat. And there's note cards. And then there's even 5 bonus note cards as well. So 15 make and takes in the retreat. There's amazing add-on classes, which I showed in all of them in the video. And I have everything in this box. It's overflowing. Like, love, this is one of the cards in one of the classes. There's the Memories and More with these 10 cards. And then there's the Tuscany class, which comes with the stamp set. So lots of crazy, fun stuff going on. And then we have, Mary said, will you play the winter retreat video on YouTube? So, Mary, I'm not sure if I can. Here's what happened. I got so excited. I went live, and I went live on my phone because I did it in the other room. And normally when I film like you see what's behind me, it's with my computer. And so my phone is like vertical this way, and to do videos it's supposed to be this way, horizontally. And so I don't know if I can upload it or not. If I can, I will, because I spent a lot of time and I explained everything about the retreat. I showed sneak peeks of everything, all the little pillow gifts, how it all works, just because I was getting not a lot of questions, but some questions. I know we got a lot of new people, and so if I can, I will. I will definitely be doing a shorter video, probably tomorrow, but hopefully I can get that one, but that's what happened anyway. There is some still retreats available, and I have some spots in person at my studio. So if you do live near me or within driving, I know we have somebody coming from Illinois, I believe. There are still spots available. It is filling up, and we're like probably 3/4 way full overall. So just know it is we're getting near the finish line. So you have time though, or there is still things available anyway. But Lillian said, are we getting the paper for the hot air? Yes, I include consumables in a lot of my classes. I know a lot of you can purchase the bundles because I offer a lot of online classes throughout the week and stuff, and you get the kits and different things, or you might be a demonstrator. So I offer like the things you're going to use up, and then you might want more of, like the paper, the ribbons, the gems, all that kind of stuff. So yes, you will get the paper in the retreat. Okay, the last thing before we get started, do we have people on here? We only have 68 people. Last week we had like over 130 or something. So let's start sharing, friends. The last thing is my card club. It's so cute this month. So cute. It's the cows. So if you guys want a sneak peek, if you're in the club, I'm going to show them. I got the new little wobble heads. Look at, so you're going to get 2 of these. Look at his little head. So you'll make this card and this card and this card, and this one is kind of it opens like this. So you'll get to make 2 of each of those in the card club, and then you're going to get a treat this month. Every quarter I do a treat, and if you don't want to see the treat, you want to be surprised, look away or close your eyes, but here it is if you want to know. Is that not the cutest thing? So you have until the 10th if you want to add that on. All right. Now we're going to get stamping because I am so excited about these projects tonight. So I'm going to turn the camera down and we're going to get started. I'll put the host code back up at the end. If any of you need the links for the retreat or my card club, let me know and I can be sure to get them to you. I know yesterday I sent it to several people, and so there's that. If you do come in person, I do have the bundle. You can use my bundle there. There's just a lot of pieces, so if you do have it, it makes it easier is all. You won't be waiting in line to die cut a lot of pieces because you do have to have the bundle to put the cards together. It would take us another month and a half if we die cut all those clouds and stuff for you. Okay, so let's get stamping on our cards tonight. All right, so our first, why do I keep bumping this? Okay, so I have a cool little 3D card, but I think before we get started with that, we're going to ease into that. So we're going to start out with this card, which you can tell I don't even have it finished. So this is what we have for card number 1. We're going to be using Petal Pink, which is for our card base. I have a piece of basic white for the inside, Flirty Flamingo, and a piece of that designer series paper. I also have the label from the Thoughtful Expressions in just a 1/2-inch strip. So this bundle, the hot air balloon, when I first saw our catalog, the first thing I did was actually pick out what I wanted to use for the winter retreat. True story. And the thing I loved the bees, but I knew couldn't do that for the retreat. So we just did the stamp camp. But then my next favorite thing was the hot air balloons, and it was because of the colors, the paper, the ribbon, the twines, the dots. If I can find it. Right here we go. I loved that it had a lot of coordinating products. So that is the main reason why I chose this for the retreat. And I just thought it was fun. You can make a lot of get well cards, birthday cards with this. Here's this over here. So it is a really great bundle. It's $45. The item number is 162755. And it has like wish big, hang in there, just a note to lift you up. And then this up, up, and away, hooray, it's your birthday. So that's where you can find it in the catalog. All right, now we're going to fold this in half. Hi, Brenda. Hello, Joan. Joan is in Washington State. I don't see, my comments aren't going. There we go. All right. Mary, I love your comment. Yes, the coolest kids are watching. That makes up for the number. Yes, for sure. I was just actually surprised the last couple weeks it's been a lot higher than it normally is. So it's always exciting when new and I don't want to say old, but let's say fan favorites or followers, there we go, are watching. Okay, then it's not like I'm talking to myself. We're going to put this on the inside, but not quite yet. And let's do our stamping because we're going to stamp on this label right here. Okay, so on this and then here, we're going to get our stamp set. So this stamp set, you can stamp like these inside of here. So it's kind of two-step stamping. You can stamp this inside of here or vice versa. There's also the dies. Let me show you these dies. So you can cut out a lot of these balloons. Plus you got a lot of these little intricate pieces that you can make your balloons fancier. And there's like banners. There's some clouds, little hearts if you want a heart balloon, and then the little basket and a banner. So there's a lot of different pieces in the set. So for this card, we're just going to do stamping. And so what I need is I'm going to be using a crumb cake ink pad and petal pink and flirty flamingo. So we're going to stamp the balloon at this label at the top. And so to do that, shoot, I meant to get this little chamois thingy wet and I forgot. It's still a little damp, but I did before my video this morning and it's so like dry in here that it is almost completely dried out. Okay, so let's do... Last time I did the bigger one, it was lighter and it was a little bit hard for me to line up. So this time I'm going to try to do the darker of the two colors, which is the Flirty Flamingo. Although I kind of wanted to stamp it off this time to see what that would look like. So I got this. Here's Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to stamp it off once. I just huffed on it to make sure it had enough moisture. We're going to stamp that right there like that. I'm going to wipe this off. Hi, Marcia. Thank you, Sandy. I'm glad you joined again, Jennifer. All right, now we have this bigger image. We're going to close this up. I don't think I need this again. Okay, and now we're gonna use the petal pink. Some of mine, okay, we're gonna ink this up. And now we're just gonna line it up in between these lines very, very carefully. Every day it gets a little bit harder for me to line these up. Okay, hopefully my head isn't in the camera view. Okay, I'm just gonna commit to it. There we go. It's not perfect, but it's not terrible. So there is that. Yes, thank you so much, Ruby. We did hit that number, and I was just saying when we get to 10,000, I have a couple, not a single, but a few bundles to give away. So thank you for being a subscriber. Okay, now the little basket, we're going to stamp in crumb cake. So we're gonna close this up. You could do these balloons in all different color combinations. Okay, so I have crumb cake, and now we're gonna do the basket in the bottom. I'm just, again, lining it up, and there is our balloon. So you could, of course, like die cut this and pop this up as well on the label. You could, you know, make it really, really fancy if you wanted. Okay, so and if you want it this a little bit darker, then just do it full strength. This is what it looks like not stamped off. See, it's a little bit bolder. It almost looks like Calypso Coral to me. It has dried a little bit lighter, that Flirty Flamingo, but I want it a little bit lighter, so that's what I did that. Then on this, I just stamped Just a Note to Lift You Up, which is in here in the crumb cake on a little strip. I don't know why I did that ahead of time, but I did, and since it's done, I'm just going to use it, and we're going to go with it. Okay, because we still have, my one card might take a little bit longer. Okay, so now, well, what was I going to do? I was going to take some paper. That's what I was going to do. I'm going to take this leftover strip, and I'm going to cut a 1-inch strip. So when I cut the piece for the front, there was like a 2-inch strip left over. So I'm just cutting that down, and we're going to add this for the inside. I just cut it 1 inch by 5. The white is 5 1/4 by 4. So we're going to layer that here. Where's my glue? Okay. Let me clear off some space. Okay, so add a little bit of glue here and put this here. Okay, there's that. Now this is going to go on the inside. So here's our card base, and we're going to put it on here. Okay, just like that. So here's the inside of our card. Now let's finish up the outside. So we're going to layer these together. Then we're going to take some of that twine. So there's like a combo pack of twine, and it's right here. They come in these colors: the Flirty Flamingo, the Lemon Lolly, and the Balmy Blue. They're so pretty and perfect for spring, and it's definitely winter here where I live, and so anything that reminds me that spring is coming makes me happy. We haven't had a terrible winter here in Michigan. At least I don't think it's been terrible. It's not been very sunny, but it hasn't been like super cold or anything. So I can't complain too much, but I definitely miss the sun. Okay, I wrapped this around twice, and now I'm just trying to tie a bow. This baker's twine is very, very soft, if that means, like, it's not is very soft and delicate anyway. So I have a little bow made. I'm going to grab my scissors and trim that. Okay. Now we're going to turn it back around. Maybe we can. And sorry, I'm messing with my bow. If ever your bow is not going the way you want it to, you can slip a little glue dot under there, which I think I'm going to do. So I'm holding it with my finger. I'm going to take one of these glue dots. I'm going to take my take your pick tool, just like almost stuck to my nail. Okay, I'm going to take one of these little glue dots off. Oh my goodness, they're really sticky. I'm going to just put it underneath there so I can get it to kind of stay in place where I want it. Okay, now we're going to take our, maybe I shouldn't have done that because maybe I need it down a little bit further. This is why I normally have a finished card done. There we go. I can fix, you can fix anything, guys. Just kind of move it down. Then re-stick it. Okay, this we're going to pop up with some dimensionals, so grab those. Okay, and then we're going to, hi Charlene, hi Debbie, two Debbies just joined in. Tara said she loves the colors or likes them. Okay, we're going to put this here, and then we can add this down here, and then we're going to take this little banner, little strip, we're going to make it a banner. I do have my banners Pick-a-Punch. I'll use that. It has 3 different sizes and 2 different ends, so at 1/2 inch. I'm going to slide it all in, make sure, makes a little perfect little banners. Do the other side. Most of the time I just use my scissors. You saw me even head for them. There's our little banner. And now I'm going to just pop that up down here, okay, with some more dimensionals. Okay. Let me know. We're almost done with this one. And then the next one, we're going to do this little 3D hot air balloon. Okay, that's going to go just like that. And then we're going to take some of these, what are these called? Rainbow adhesive back dots, and a bow apparently I was going to use for something else, was sticking to it. So these are in the retreat too, and you can tell I've been using a lot of them. They have 8 different colors, so you can use these for so many things, like purple. I think this is like a Lost Lagoon, a bubble bath. This might be either Fresh Freesia, the Azure Afternoon, Lemon Lolly, Petal Pink, Pool Party, and Flirty Flamingo, although a lot of them take on a lot of different colors, just depending on your papers and projects. So these are really fun. Get off there. And I'm going to put one there. And how about we use a light one there, and then another of these. I need to get a new tip in my putty. Put one here, and then I'm just going to use a lot of little dots because they're fun. I think I need one more up there. Okay, there's our card. Let me know what you think of this card. Isn't this card so fun? And then when you open it up, it says just a note to lift you up. And then there's that. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to stamp hang in there. So let me do that really quick. can do it like super fast. That's what I was going to do. I was going to stamp some words on the inside. There we go. Hang in there. All right, so card number 1. What do you think? Focus, focus. There we go. All right. Ruth said, cute card. Hi, Carla. All right. So there we go with our first card. Now we are going to move on to a card that I was super excited to create. And I'm going to show you it ahead of time. So here's the card. Do you see this like hot air balloon? You see how fun this is, and the clouds. So this is what we're going to do next, but I did change up some of the colors in the balloon, and I did a lot of this. I tried to do a lot of the steps ahead of time, but this is card number 2. So be excited. Don't forget, you can still share this video with your friends and get them to watch with us. So thank you, those of you who have. Here is our card number 2. So it's a lot of pieces. All right. So again, I used the dies a lot for this card. So I have a thick white card base, and this time it's going the long way. It's 11 inches by 4 1/4, and then you're going to score it at 5 1/2. So it will open up the other way. I don't tend to ship a lot of cards this way because they get bent and then we have to score them. But this is a fun way to do cards as well. So we have our card base. Then I have these 2 pieces. This is Tahitian Tide. This is one of our in colors that we'll be retiring this year. And this is 5 1/4 by 4. And then I have a piece of white that is just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So what would that be? 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, I think. So I have that. Then I have a piece of vellum. This is 4 by 3. We're gonna die cut this in just a second. And then I have all of these pieces that I pre-did. I have a balloon in Flirty Flamingo, Daffodil Delight, Melon Mambo, Tahitian Tide, and Lemon Lime Twist. Then I also have the little basket in, what is that, Pecan Pie. I cut out 2 clouds from the dies and the banner. So all of these pieces are from the hot air balloon dies. And then let me grab those. So I took the smaller of the 2. So I took this one and cut these all out. This was where I got the little basket from, right here. And then I took my sponge daubers and I went around and I sponged all of them. If you saw the Lego card, remember how that just made it pop? So we're gonna do this one in just a second, but you can see there's our banner, there's our clouds, there's all the pieces in here. Okay, the other stamp set dies I did use are the basic border dies, and you get 6 different dies and they're $29. The item number is 155558, and what I love is this little cloud border. I mean, there's a lot of cool ones, but this one we're going to use first, and we're going to take, I just have my little mini machine here. So I always have, when I use my machine, I use the light gray, number 3 as my base. I use the number 2 clear plate. We're going to put our vellum, and we're going to do our clouds at the top. So this won't go in this way because it's the mini machine, so I'm going to do it this way. And because I have used this die so much, it is actually curved. Like, we use this all the time. I did use this die on one of the cards for the retreat, but since it's not in the bundle, we will do the die cutting for you. We love you. Because I was like, I told my one friend that helps me, I was like, just know that I really love you, but we're going to have to die cut 120 of these for them. So because it's bent a little bit, it's going to wiggle in the machine. So if you caught me earlier or yesterday, I'm using our masking tape. And I'm just going to put this down to hold it in place. So I showed this yesterday and today. And the masking paper comes in a big, and it comes in a pack like this. And then this is basically one giant sticky note, like a Post-it note, and you can stamp, and then I showed how to use it. But anyway, there's that. Now we're gonna find the top plate and die cut this, maybe. What did I do with it? Is it like right in front of me? Maybe we will die cut this. I probably have, I cannot find the plate for the top of this because I die cut all these pieces, so it has to be here, but it's clear. Okay, I'm about to give up and go get a brand new one. Do you ever just give up? Like, does anyone see it on my desk? Usually it's like right in, here it is. Okay, then you get your other one. There we go, we're back in business. And then we're gonna roll it through, and when it comes out, see, it stayed in place. Now I'm gonna miss my bone folder next. You're gonna just take that masking paper off, and then I kind of just stick it on my handle. You can reuse it. And now we have this cloud border with little scallops. So again, this is from the basic border dies, if anyone wants to know. And you can tell mine is very well loved. Okay, so, all right, now what we're gonna do is a little bit of some stuff. I already took all the inks and sponged these. I'm gonna do the hot air balloon, and then we're gonna do along these clouds a little bit. So these are our sponge daubers. I'm just gonna go around. Do you see how it just makes that pop a little bit? So I already did the other ones ahead of time, so you don't have to watch that. And then we're gonna close this up. Next up, we're gonna take a blending brush. I have a medium blue one, and this is my Tahitian Tide. So on my other card, I use Pool Party, but then this blue is a lot brighter. So I thought I'm going to use the coordinating ink and see what this one looks like. So we'll see what one we like better. So I'm just going to swirl this in here. I'm going to go off on the side a little bit to get it going. And then along the edge of these little clouds, I'm just going to add a little bit of ink. Like that. So I know you can't see it now, but up against there, let's add a little bit more. It is a blue, like the paper that we're layering. Okay, so there is our clouds. Now what I did is I took these little baby clouds and I added a little bit of ink along them too also. And there's one. And because there's ink right already on the glass mat, I can just pick it up and add some more color and turn and go around the edge there. All right, what do you think of it so far? All right, next up, we're done with all this. We're gonna need your paper trimmer. And why you need that is for the scoring blade. So as everything tumbles down. So what I did next is, I'm going to try to get so you can see. In the track here, there's these two, this is a cut and there's these two lines. If you take the balloon and you set it right in the center, it's like, and then there's a point in the middle, it will line up perfectly, and then you can go and score so that they will fold in half. So we're going to do that with the Flirty Flamingo and the Daffodil Delight. The rest I already did. So again, you're just right in the middle of the track here. You're going to put that, and then I'm just making sure the top is in the center, and then get your score blade. I have flip-flopped mine around because it works better for me. There's a little line, and now it goes like that. Okay, so now we're going to do the pink one, and then I already did the rest. Okay, so we're going to just get that in, score, and there is that. Okay, now we're going to put our balloons together. So you're going to fold these up, and I'm going to do green, and then blue, and then this pink, and then yellow and pink. So guess what you could do with these two now that I'm looking? You could make a flower out of these balloons. You could make like a giant flower. These could be flower petals or leaves. There's so many things you can do with the balloon dies. Now I want to make a flower out of these for like spring. Okay, I'm using my multi-purpose liquid glue because it works really well. So I'm going to fold in, add a little bit of glue. Don't squeeze a lot of this. And then you're going to take the blue one and attach this together. And then you're just going to hold it and squeeze it for a second. And then it's going to look like this. Then you're going to fold the blue side down and repeat. And now this time we're going to take the Melon Mambo, and you're going to stick this one down, and then hold it in place for a second and press, give it a good press. Okay. And then now you could probably do less colors. I just picked out, what, 5 different colors. Got the Daffodil Delight. And now we have, I'm glad you like the blending of on the vellum. Kathy, you are actually watching this live and not on the replay. I'm so glad you're here. And then our last one is our Flirty Flamingo. So I'm going to stick this on and hold it. So, okay, I'm just holding it for a second, and then I'm going to set it down to let it dry while we assemble and stamp. We're going to stamp on this banner and put this all together. So now, do you see how cool this is? This is awesome. You're okay, Kathy? I'm glad you're here. All right, so we're gonna let that dry a little bit more right there, and we're gonna take these pieces and put this together. So on this banner, we're gonna stamp the sentiment, and I'm just using Memento Black. And then I'm gonna make this a birthday card. This looks really cheerful. I'm gonna use Up, Up, and Away, hooray, it's your birthday. And I love that because it rhymes, because that's always fun when it does rhyme. Okay, now this card, you can put this flat. I'm going to show you so you can mail it. It might cost a little bit more because it'll be thicker, but that part will go flat because it's scored. All right, so we have that stamped. Now I'm just going to wipe this off. And I'm going to put this in here. And now we're going to assemble. I'm going to put this on here. Since it only has a tiny little border, I'm going to use the liquid glue because then you have a little bit of wiggle room to like jiggle it around. So I am going to use that. I find myself using this more and more lately. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. But see, I can kind of wiggle it into place and line it up where I like it. And then when I like it, I can just give it a good press. Now our vellum clouds are going to go down here, but I forgot to, I need to trim this a hair. I cut it 4 by 3 and it's actually 3 by 3 3/8. So I need to trim a little sliver off the edge down here. And why I say a sliver, literally 1/8 of an inch. And now this will go here. But now with vellum, remember vellum, you can see the adhesive through the back. So hopefully, I was like, hopefully I didn't get ink on that. So let's put the birthday thing here. I'm going to put my thing here on dimensionals. And so I'm going to place a few things down and then flip the vellum over and put some glue dots to stick it to the white. So I'm just going to set it right here. And then I want my banner to go kind of right here, my birthday. And then this little piece that I cut, the little basket, I'm going to just put that down with a glue dot. It's really tiny. It's pretty small, I should say. So I'm just going to stick that on a little glue dot and take this. And we are going to have our balloon kind of like here. I think like that. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put adhesive or a glue dot behind these pieces so it'll stick. Vellum's really light, so it doesn't need like a ton of glue to stay down. So there's my little glue. Now I'm going to put this here. So again, if you got the winter retreat and you have this bundle coming, here is another fun card idea for you. Whenever you take any of my events, I love to give you extra ideas so you can just have fun with your projects. Okay, now since we have this down, let's attach this to our white card base. And then we're going to put the finishing touches on, the grand finale. Okay, we're going to put this here. Just like this. Then on here, so this is our little 3D balloon we made. We're going to take that liquid glue again, and on the opening, the back, you're going to add your glue. And then you're going to put it down and just kind of hold it for a second. All right. So I kind of given it a good little press. Would you not like to get this card for your birthday? It's so fun. I don't care if how old I was, I would like to get this card. Okay, so I'm gonna take a dimensional. I cut one in half. I'm gonna put one behind this cloud. Okay, and now I'm gonna put one cloud, another cloud up here. Now these are just clouds cut out of white. You could do them in vellum too, but I knew I wanted to pop them up and there's no way to hide the adhesive, so I just did them in white, and then I did use that blending brush with the Tahitian Tide, and then I just got those little clouds there. Is this not so cute? And then if you do want to mail it, it can go flat, but then you can just reshape it. Is that not a cool card? I hope you love this card. So here again is the other one with the pool party. It's just a little bit lighter of a blue. I like this one because the blue is the same hues of blue. So to me, it matches a little better. And this one used red, and this one I used Flirty Flamingo. So I hope you love this fun. If this is like lifting, just take a little glue dot and roll it, and you can tuck it down. It won't be very noticeable. But I hope you love the little 3D balloon. So this one is not inked, like you know how I did the edges, and this one is, and it definitely, I like the inked better. Just it makes it pop a little bit more, but you don't have to. So I always like to show you different ways. Okay. I got one more card. Can you stick around for one more card? I have one more card to make, and you could take little dots too and sprinkle them on if you want it. But our last card is going to be hopefully a good one. We'll see. So our last card is another piece of 11 by 4 1/4. Now this time I went in 2 3/4 and I scored it, and then I turned it around and went 2 3/4 and I scored it again. So if I did it right, yep, it should meet in the middle and go just like this. So I'm going to take my bone folder and do this, and then do this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of white, and I'm going to put that on the inside. And isn't it fun how you can take the same pieces of paper, but if you just put a few score marks in, your card can open like totally different. Then I have a strip. So this paper right here that I have is Sale-A-Bration paper. It's from this pack. I think Denise used it today. It is the Most Adored 12 by 12 Specialty Designer Series paper. So it's a beautiful pack of paper it has reds and pinks and golds and flowers, and it's really, really pretty. So I just have a 1 inch by 4 inch strip, and I'm just going to add this to the inside. Well, I'm going to try. There we go. I'm going to add this here. I meant to go the long way, and then I cut my paper the wrong way, so I was like, well, it's going to go this way now. And now, this way. Jan, I'm so glad you like the card. These little pieces are 4 inches by 2.5, and we're gonna layer those on the front panels. So I'm just gonna add some glue here. I'm running out. Do you see the red line? I'm running out of glue. We're gonna see if I can make it to the end of the video. All right, so here's this, and this is gonna come over here. All right. I don't have this card finished, so hopefully it will come together. So I grabbed a countryside die. These are in our annual catalog. I liked the shape. And then in the hot air balloon dies, there are hearts. You can do hearts for balloons or just hearts for anything. And if you know me or been following me, hearts are like one of my favorite things any time of the year. I love hearts. And so I went ahead and I die cut some hearts out right here. So you can use this for Valentine's Day, for an anniversary, for any time you just want a heart. And then look at that one. It cuts it out like that, like all fancy. And then because I do like hearts, I had all these other hearts from the Give It a Whirl dies, and then these little ones were from, well, it's a new set of dies that has like a strip. Oh, the Adorning Hearts is where those ones come. So I just grabbed those. This is a gold foil one. And so we're going to make a card, and what I did is I pulled this stamp set that I bought, and this one right here, Good Feelings. This is in our annual catalog. It's $24. You're on my mind and in my heart. So we're going to stamp that and then use some of these hearts on this card. And I picked this label because this stamp fit perfectly on the middle of it. And then I need, what color ink should we use for this? Should we use black or real red? Black or real red? Like, what do you guys think? Black or real red for our sentiment? Susan, how do you mail it? You just go like this, and it's pretty flat. And then you can mail it. And then when they get it, you can just tell them to like pop it back up with your fingers. So it goes totally flat. Okay. I see real red, black. Does anyone else have a vote? You guys are all saying red, and I would have done black. That's why I like to ask. I see red. I think there's more reds than blacks. So 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 black, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I don't know. Now I think there's more black. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I skewed the voting. I'm gonna do black since I see that coming through. But you can do you could do either. I should stamp happy, or no, I'm not, because this is like you're in my mind and my heart. If it was a Valentine's Day card, you could do stamp on the inside in red. Ooh, that kind of made a little weird noise. And then somebody said, Sally said basic gray or pebble path. You're right. It doesn't matter. Anything would look good. Okay. So if it looks ridiculous, we can just flip it over. So here's this. Okay. Either would work great. That's why I love. So there's that. Here, let's see what we like better. I'll just do them both, and then you can't see through it. So, well, maybe you can. Let me stamp this on a scrap. I think because I do have the red hearts, I think I'm going to go with the black, although I really do like the red. The red looks really nice. Because I have red hearts, I think I'm going to go with the black. Okay, the red looks really good though. All right, I'm going to if I had 2, I would have done one of each for sure. But I only grabbed one of those labels. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I meant to grab some ribbon. So I'm going to grab this ribbon. comes in a combo pack with the green, this ribbon right here. So I'm going to grab the red, real red. So I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to put this here with on this side with dimensionals only. See, I was going to stamp the back, and then I thought, oh, you're going to see it when you open it. So I'm going to put this. I like the red too. I think they both look good. But because I'm going to use red hearts, I think the black is a little bit contrasting, but you could totally use both. They both look really good. Okay, I'm going to put this kind of right here. All right. And then we're going to take, this heart might be too big. It's kind of going off. I might have to put it on the inside. Might have to use, but look at these will also like layer like that or like that to give it more texture. But the heart is actually, I envision putting hearts all over, but that sentiment's really big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put I'm going to put a gold heart here, and then I'm going to put a couple of these little pink flirty flamingo hearts, and then I'm going to put some on the inside. So to do the little gold one, I don't want to put it, if I put it here, it won't open, so I got to attach it to the little flap here. So I'm going to put my little dimensional there, and then when I open it, it will still open. So attach your heart to this little thing. And then these little pink hearts, we can add mini dimensionals or cut a dimensional and add it to the back of these little pink hearts. Again, these came from the Adoring Hearts bundle, which I believe is on Orderable right now, but it will be coming back. I know it has a really cool, that hybrid embossing folder. Okay, so I got this one. I'm going to put that there. And then on the inside, I'm going to take this heart right here and put that right like that. And then if you wanted, you could put a little red one here, another little pink one, whatever you want. Okay, so black hearts, and there you go. Okay, there's that. Now I was gonna tie some ribbon around the side, but I don't know if I don't know if it needs it. What do you think? I don't think it really needs it. I was gonna tie ribbon here. Oh, I think I'm gonna skip the ribbon and add some looking for my gold. Do you guys have a bin of embellishments? Like all the pretty things? These right here. So I have these neutral sequins or the festive pearls. The pearls are like really dainty. Or the sequins like stick out a little bit more. So, I don't know, I think I want the sequins maybe. I'll put one here, and there, and there, and then why not put one? you can relate to the overflowing bin of embellishments. All right, so there is our last card. You're on my mind and in my heart. And then, here we go. I don't think we have any heart embellishments that are current right now. So there's our card. That's it. So let me know what you think of this card. We kind of made it together. This one used the Good Feeling stamp set for the words. You could, I just wanted to show you how the hearts in that hot air balloon can be used for more than just the hot air balloons. And you could make these little hot air balloons too, which I'll probably do. So here's our card number 3. Here is our little 3D hot air balloon with the vellum. And then this one is like popping up everywhere. And then we have this card right here. Just a note to lift you up. Hang in there. So I think every time I open it up, it's too much white. So do you have a favorite tonight? Hope that gave you some inspiration and other ways to use your hot air balloon bundle. This one right here. So here's the host code again if you guys want to do any ordering to get in on my week of Sale-A-Bration special. Cute cards tonight. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I'm so glad you loved it. Hello, Hilda. Thank you, Linda and Wendy. Jennifer said her favorite is the red card with the hearts. And then Tara's favorite is number 1. This was number 1, this was number 2, and this was number 3. I love how everyone has different. Okay, so the 3D effect, Susan. Yeah, I thought I was pretty proud of this one. I thought this one is so cool. Just it's different is all. But I'm so glad I like them all though too. So I'm glad you guys like them all. So thank you so much for spending your time tonight with me. I will be live tomorrow at noon for our last day of the week of Sale-A-Bration. I hope you can join me. If you need any links to join the winter retreat or the card club, please let me know. They should be maybe in the description below on YouTube or even in this video. But if for some reason you can't find them, always reach out to me and I can help you. There is some left, but we are getting to the end now. So have a wonderful night, everyone. I will see you soon. Bye.